Hey, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's RFG back at it today, and I'm here with another video, blessing you guys with a lot of very profound information. This topic is going to be on female agents in the music industry, and basically how the conscious state of the American woman has fallen, and who the four major culprits are. Okay, over the past 2 decades, you see what I'm saying? Who have basically cause that to happen. There's four major agents, major female agents, who are the cause and the root problem, okay, of these females taking up this kind of persona that they have taken up in the past 2 decades, okay? And like I said, it's not a game, it's not a joke. It basically stems from what Hugh Hefner had up and running back in the late 50s and the early 60s, and then it progressed over time after the feminist movement, and certain agents were put up to the forefront by higher ups in the music industry, and they were basically told to sing about certain things to basically put a spell on the women, on all of the women in America, okay? And they are subject to many of these characteristics, okay? Not talking about all, but I'm talking about most women, shit, from teenagers all the way to 40, are carrying this mentality due to the media brainwashing and due to these four mainstream female agents, okay, who have taken over the mainstream, okay? And these four women agents are under fucking demonic control, ladies and gentlemen, okay? So without further ado, I'm gonna let it be known, all the feminist women out there who consider yourself a feminist, you have been brainwashed. You have been brainwashed. You have been misled. You have been put under a fucking spell, okay? Because Medea is really Medea, Greek goddess of wickedness, okay? And you fell for her fucking tricks and her spell. You've been put under her spell. And these are the four major culprits of why you carry the same, why you carry the mentality that you have today. These are the four major culprits. Okay, the first one is Beyonce. Second one is Rihanna. Third one is Nicki Minaj. And the fourth one is Cardi B. Okay? So what they do is they have females that are tied to the lineage, okay, of the Asiatic Moors to shift over the conscious state of the women all across the world, okay? Because the Zionist Jews know that the Asiatic Moors are the original humans on the earth with the most powerful auras on the earth, and they know all the other races and groups of people are going to pick up the traits and the and the energy, okay, the traits, the energy, and the customs, okay, of the Asiatic Moors. Okay, the Zionist Jews know this. That's why they implemented these four agents, and they are Asiatic Moors. Okay, so these are the main culprits behind females today carrying the kind of attitude that they carry, especially the feminists, okay? So when you look at a female like Beyonce, this female right here made it normal for women to basically carry this, I don't need a man, I'm an independent woman. You see what I'm saying? Men should bow down to me. You know what I'm saying? If a man doesn't meet my standards, which are all superficial, by the way, if a man doesn't meet my superficial standards, he's not getting the time of day. Whoopty wop wop. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I'm an independent woman. You see, the man is going to cater to my needs and my needs only. You see? Eurocentric hairstyle, pound of makeup on to make you look lighter. You see? Completely feminist. completely feminist, completely anti-masculine energy. Okay? And she wants her followers and the people who listen to her music, she wants them to carry and to pick up on those same traits, on that same agenda. Okay? I don't need a man. I don't need a man. Independent woman. But I'm going to prove that Beyonce is a fucking agent. Okay? Okay, we're going to prove that. Because while she was telling her followers and while she was telling her listeners that it was okay to be an independent woman, she was telling you that, it was good to be an independent woman. You don't need a man. You see, she wanted you to be an independent woman, but she was saying this when she was fucking married to Jay-Z. So wait a second. How does a married woman, feel comfortable with telling single women in America to stay single and that they don't need a man? That's kind of interesting because Beyonce was married to Jay-Z April 4th of 2008. And Beyonce didn't release the single All the Single Ladies, until October 13th of 2008. So she waited 9 months, for her to be happily married, for her to basically go against her marriage and tell the women of America that they have to take up this persona, that they have to carry this bullshit independent woman persona. Okay? Complete psyop, complete mindfuck, complete psychological programming, and she put the women of America under a goddamn spell. She spell casted. Okay? She casted a goddamn spell under the women of America, basically telling, you women out there to take up a persona, to carry this independent woman attitude. I don't need a man. A man has to bow down to me. Whoopty wop wop. When the woman who put that shit out wasn't even a fucking single lady herself. She was fucking married to one of the biggest agents and warlocks in the fucking music industry, who is Jay-Z. Okay? She put a spell on you. Okay? Beyonce casted a spell on you. And the next agent is going to be Rihanna. Rihanna basically implemented the energy, that is going around now, where females feel it's the norm to be promiscuous. It's the norm to use motherfuckers for what they got and to be promiscuous. Be proud. See, Rihanna is making it the norm of being proud to be promiscuous. You see what I'm saying? Being proud of having multiple men ejaculate in you and having multiple men ejaculate on you. Okay? Rihanna has ushered in this mentality. Rihanna has ushered in this doctrine to our young women in our goddamn community. From ages 6, 7, all the way to 40. Okay? So like I said, no matter really what age you are, these 4 women I'm about to list they're warlocks. They're female warlocks. They're sorcerer. They would be called a sorceress. Okay? Which would be a form of a witch. Which means they are using higher frequencies or certain frequencies, to basically destroy the psyche of the females of the nation, of the whole world, to basically lower the vibration, lower the conscious state of the females all across the world. Okay? Don't pay no attention to no higher wisdom. Don't pay attention to no higher consciousness. don't pay attention to no real knowledge that is actually meaningful in life, no fucking spiritual wisdom, none of that. None of that. Okay? These women I'm about to list, they want women to basically set something called superficial standards. Okay? These agents right here want other women that follow them to take up something called superficial standards. Okay? Where if you don't meet my superficial standards, you don't even have a chance, okay, to be in a relationship with me, okay? And this woman right here, okay, has mind fucked you all right to the bank, because like I said, she sells albums and makeup, so right to the bank, okay? She's mind fucked you all into taking up the persona, okay, that it's cool to be an independent woman and not to want or need a man, not to think that a male figure is important in a child's life, okay? To also mind fuck the women in America and to get them to believe that being promiscuous, okay, is the right thing to do, okay? Having multiple men ejaculate in you and ejaculate on you is the right thing to do. And like I said, I'm going to bust up that doctrine later on in this lecture. So just stay tuned. Listen very carefully. Also, Rihanna is a well-known sex slave in the music industry, a well-known sex slave. Oh, she also sacrificed her cousin. Rihanna's cousin was shot and killed, I believe a few months ago. And I don't know if it was in Florida or the Caribbean, but he was shot and killed. And she basically carried that hit out. That was her ritual sacrifice. Okay. So you cannot get into this industry and get this level of success and fame and fortune unless you sacrifice somebody close to you. You undergo some kind of Masonic sexual ritual. Okay. That's what she did. She became a sex slave and she sacrificed her fucking cousin. Okay. Beyonce is a fucking sex slave as well. Okay. Plain and simple. Beyonce also made it the norm for women to take up this gothic look and this promiscuity, to be promiscuous, okay? For promiscuity to be viewed as the norm, okay? Beyonce was that agent, okay, to basically pound that in the minds of the female masses, okay? I can count on I can count to 10 to 15 men that she's been with in serious relationships with. And that's just the men that I know off the top of my head. Okay? That's just the men that I know off the top of my head. So you can actually double or triple that number. You see what I'm saying? She made that the norm. Okay, to the young females out there. Rihanna did. And then, oh my goodness, this one right here. Okay? Nicki Minaj. I mean, where do you start? Where do you start? Okay, of course, her cousin was shot and killed before she got signed to Lil Wayne's label, the Young Money label. Okay, and we all know that she had sexual relations with both Lil Wayne and Drake and Gucci Mane, and the list goes on. Okay, so let's just look at her whole demeanor and her whole doctrine. Okay, she calls herself a real woman, but how the fuck can you be a real woman and a Barbie? Because a Barbie is a fake fucking plastic doll. So what do we have here? We have a woman with a pound of fucking makeup, on her face. We have a woman with fake fucking eyelashes. We have a woman who's looks like she's getting injections in her lips, probably with collagen. Okay? We have a woman with fucking weave hair extensions. We have a woman with fake breasts. We have a woman with a fake ass. We have a woman with fake contact lenses, fake fucking contacts in her eyes, and who calls herself a fucking Barbie, but has the nerve to call herself a real fucking woman. It's not a real goddamn thing on her. Not a real thing on her. Okay? But a bunch of fucking fake shit and some demonic spirits. Okay? Plain and simple. Plain and simple. And what's sad is, a lot of women across America have picked up the same fucking doctrine and the same mentality as a Nicki Minaj. Okay? They picked up the same fucking mentality. Right here, you see Nicki Minaj. You see her eyes. Her eyes are slanted. Okay? Like a fucking reptile or reptilian. Because she is possessed by the archons. She is possessed by the fucking archons. Okay? You can call me crazy. You call me a Looney Tune. All you want. This information has been public for the longest. Okay? These women are all possessed by fucking demons. They all have multiple men's sperm in them going to war in their womb. So they are super masculine by nature. Okay? And they are possessed by demonic entities because they had to ritually sacrifice somebody close to them and go through sex rituals to get the amount of money and fame and success that they've had in their career. Okay? So they are completely gone. They are completely disconnected from the spirit realm. Okay? From the higher spirit realm. These women, Beyonce, Rihanna, okay, and Nicki Minaj, and the next woman I'm going to show you, they are completely disconnected from the higher spiritual realm. Completely. Okay, so the fourth one we have is Cardi B. Now, Cardi B is just going to be what I would consider a no holds bars, whatever you do goes. You see what I'm saying? Whatever you like goes in life. Whether you want to be a homosexual, whether you want to be a lesbian, whether you want to be a prostitute, whether you want to be a stripper, whether you want to be a porn star, whether you want to be completely promiscuous, anything goes. Anything goes in Lucifer's world. Anything goes in Lucifer's world. Okay? And Cardi B is a perfect example of that. Okay? Perfect example. Okay? Plain and simple. This woman was actually quoted saying, stripping saved my life. She was quoted saying, stripping saved my life. Okay? It's not a game, people. It's not a game and it's not a joke. These agents are real. They are very real. And they all have a individual agenda. And Cardi B's is to make sure that women have a no holds bar kinds of mentality. Anything goes. You see what I'm saying? I can sleep with as many men as I want. And everything is all good. I can have as many men ejaculate in my womb over a certain amount of time. And that is like a badge of honor to her. Okay? This individual is getting ready to carry that out to the young women all across the nation. From kids all the way to the age of 40. Okay? It's not a game, people. It is not a game. Okay? You need to detach your loved ones. You need to detach your young children, your young daughters away from this bullshit, away from these figures I just listed, because they're going to cause your young daughters, your young nieces, okay, your grandchildren out there, these women are going to cause them to go down a path of spiritual and mental destruction, okay, which eventually is going to lead to their physical destruction. And I'm about to break all of this down. About to break all of it down. Okay? So you had Beyonce basically tell you you needed to be a single lady when she was fucking married on April 2008, and she came out, okay, with the single ladies music single on October 13th, 2008. Okay, so 9 months after she was married, she told you had to be a single lady. So it was cool for her to be married, but she wanted you to say, fuck that motherfucker. I don't need him. I don't need no man. I'm a single lady because Beyonce said so. But if you would have did your fucking research and put two and two together, you would have known and came to the conclusion that you would have been like, wait, why is this married woman who is happily married to a very rich man, why is she telling me I need to be single? Okay? If you would have started to question certain things like that, okay, I don't think the society in America would be in the state that it's in today. Okay? Beyonce told you to be a single lady while she was fucking married. Okay? That is how dumb that's how dumb we are as a nation. That's how dumb we are as a people. That's how dumb we are as a society. Okay? Rihanna, right here showing her allegiance to the Zionist Jews who run the music industry. She is their sex slave. Okay? There's a book called The Sperm Wars that Robin Baker wrote, and it basically proves that women who sleep with multiple men, okay, in a yearly span, in a 6 month to a yearly span, all the men that she slept with, their sperm is going to be going to war in her fucking womb. Okay? Go look it up. Go look it up. A man's frequency, a piece of his kundalini energy, which is a piece of his fucking soul, goes into your womb and puts that same vibration on you as a woman. Okay? It's not a game. It's not a game out there. Like Miss Cardi B, Miss Beyonce, Miss Nicki Minaj, Miss Rihanna. It's not a game like they want you to think it is. Because according to this book by Robin Baker and other scientists and other biologists out there, okay, they're uncovering the real information that was kept from us, that when a woman has a man ejaculate in her womb, okay, that sperm is going to lay dormant from anywhere from 6 months to a goddamn year. Okay? She's going to carry that vibration from 6 months to a year. Okay? Right here. Robin Baker's book, Sperm Wars. He has the research that the mainstream media was trying to hide. You see, because the mainstream media wants us to view dating, they want us to view dating as a game. That's why they call it the dating game. Don't you get it? But this motherfucker, Robin Baker, broke that shit down, that it's not a game. It's real fucking serious. It's real fucking serious. Okay? Life is a chess game. And it's all about building for the future and making decisions to help better your future and your children's future. Okay? But Cardi B, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, okay, and Rihanna, they want you to think of it as a fucking game. Okay? As just a joke. As just a joke. As a video game where you get redos in life. You see? They want you to get abortions. They want you to keep fucking on all these men, okay, and getting abortions, okay, which is murder, okay, because microscopic life forms are life anyway, so that's murder. But like I was saying, these 4 female agents want you to get abortions to get rid of a would-be child because they view reality. These women out here, they view reality as a fucking video game where they can get redos. Guess what? Every abortion you get, that's karmic debt on your soul. That's karmic debt on your soul. Flat the fuck out. Okay? So you either be coming back in a different lifetime as a different deity, as a lesser deity, or something later in life would happen to you to take something away from you. Either an ability, either a loved one, an ability, or some kind of material possession that you hold would definitely be taken away from you. Okay? For every abortion you get, that is karmic debt that you put on your soul. Those are the facts. Okay? And you need to detach from agents like Beyonce, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and Rihanna. Okay? Because they want you to have multiple men to ejaculate in your womb so you can carry their frequency and their vibration. Okay? And I just want you to know, even if you kiss a man, it's going to be the same thing, because his saliva is going to be one with your saliva. And a piece of his DNA is going to go into your goddamn DNA. Okay? So, you know, you can't say, oh, yeah, but we're using a condom. No, that don't mean shit. If you're kissing him, it's the same thing. If you're eating after him, if you're drinking after him and kissing him, it's the same shit. Okay? It doesn't matter if you wear a condom or not. Okay? So what is making women masculine? What making these women masculine to where they feel that they are over the man, okay? Mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, okay? They feel that they are over the man and they don't need one, okay? This is the mentality that they've taken up throughout this society that we live in. It ties into a multitude of things. One of them is, of course, the media brainwashing and the feminist movement and the four major agents in the music industry, who are Beyonce, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and Cardi B. Okay? And it stems to other female agents in the industry as well. Also, their diet. Okay? Their diet and the men that they've been with, okay, their sperm going to war in their womb. You see, the sperm going to war in the womb of the woman makes the woman more masculine, because the sperm carries a piece of the man's testosterone. So that testosterone is laying dormant in the woman's womb, and pieces of that testosterone coming from the man's sperm is being taken into the woman's bloodstream, okay? So you'll notice the more men that a woman has slept with, the more masculine characteristics she's going to take up, okay? Take note. Take note of this, ladies and gentlemen. Take note of it, because it's very, very true. Very true. Another thing that's making women more masculine is the fucking beef and the pork. Their beef and their pork consumption. Ladies and gentlemen, I am a firm believer and a firm, okay, preacher that nobody should be eating any meat, okay, especially beef and pork. When you eat beef and pork, you are changing your whole hormonal structure over, okay, to the other side. You are also putting parasitical objects, parasitical organisms in your body. You're putting parasites in your body, and you're changing your body and your blood's hormonal structure over. Okay? So you'll notice these women that eat these large portions of beef and eat large portions of pork, they will carry very masculine characteristics about themselves. Okay? This is not a joke, man. This is not a fucking joke. Okay? Our women, they're going to have to drop the pork. They're going to have to drop the beef. They're going to have to stop paying homage to these fucking fake ass false idols. They're going to have to get off of these pharmaceutical fake ass poisonous drugs. They're going to have to get off of this GMO weed. They're going to have to get off of cigarettes. They're going to have to get off of poison alcohol. Okay? They're going to have to stop listening to this fucking low vibrational music that is poisoning their fucking minds. And I know it's a lot. I know it's a lot. But it's going to have to start somewhere, and it's going to have to be done, because these women are spiritually, mentally, and genetically turning themselves into men. They are literally turning themselves into men, and I'm about to prove it. Okay? This right here was a documentary called On My Own, Single Black Mothers. I want everybody to know that between 75 and 80% of quote unquote black women who have children are single mothers. And the previous things I just stated are all factors that led up to these women becoming single parents. Okay? It's not a game. So usually women in our society, they will have gone through so much abandonment and so much abuse, coming from relationships from men, whether it be their father, whether it be their uncle, whether it be men that they've been in relationships with. They've been through so much psychological abandonment and abuse, and they've let so many men ejaculate in them, and their diet is so fucked up to where their hormonal structure will completely shift over to a fucking man, okay? To where they will believe that they are a man, okay? This is why you see all these studs, okay? Increasing, the population of studs increasing all across the nation, okay? And it is now being accepted as the norm, okay? But these individuals have a mental disorder, and I'm about to prove it. How can you say you hate men, but you want to be a man? Okay? You cannot say you hate men, but you want to be a man. You can't fucking do it, ladies and gentlemen. You can't do it. You can't do it. It's a contradiction. How do you hate men? Okay? You don't like men. You hate men psychologically. Okay, on a psychological, mental level. You try to outdo men. See, because the studs try to still get a hold of the feminine woman. You see, of the feminine woman who's been abused by men. The stud will try to get a hold of her to try to get back at the psyche of the masculine man. You see? But see, the loser in the long run is the woman who's claiming to be a man and claiming to hate men. But how the fuck can you hate a man if you're trying to be a man? People, come on now. We got to wake up. And here go the statistics. Okay? These are the percentages of single parent households in America. Right here, we have Asian and Pacific Islanders. Only 17% of Asian and Pacific Islanders are raised by a single parent. Only 25% of non-Hispanic whites, only 25% of whites are raised in single parent households. 42% of Hispanics. I would think that would be anywhere from 45 to 50. 42% of Hispanics raised without a father, single parent households. American Indian, quote unquote, Alaskan natives, 53% raised single parent households. Ladies and gentlemen, 72 to 75% of African, quote unquote, African American kids are raised by single parents. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a game. This is very real. Okay? That means 72 to 75% of melanated babies in America are going to be raised without a father figure. All because women out there think it's okay, to be an independent woman, to raise a child on their own, and think that men are useless, and they bought into the feminist movement, okay, which was set up by the Zionist Jews, and they got mind fucked. They got mind fucked, okay? And the men, you see what I'm saying? I'm not blaming all the problems on the women. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that, okay? Because I've made previous videos about how the psyche of men was fucked over by the gangster rap and the gangster mentality. So the gangster rap and the gangster mentality and the gangster lifestyle was glamorized for men to take up the pimp and the player role, okay? And to think it's more important to be a pimp and a player than to be a father and a husband. You see what I'm saying? So it works both ways. It works both ways. Okay, I'm not blaming this completely on the woman. Okay, but this video is just showing and proving that the woman's psyche has been fucked over by the Zionist media. Okay, and because of it, you see what I'm saying? Because of what they've done to the man and the woman, 72 to 75% of black children will be born and raised without a father figure. Okay, 40 to 50% of Hispanic children will be born and raised without a father figure. Okay, real fucked up shit. Okay, and guess what? Guess what? 90% of prison inmates were born into single parent households. 90% of prison inmates were born in single parent households. So guess what? Because of what these four fucking agents are promoting, okay, Beyonce, Rihanna, Nicki Minaj, and fucking Cardi B, because of what those fucking agents are promoting, okay, the lifestyle they're promoting is basically leading to this right here. The percentage of children being born in single parent households, the percentage of children being born without fathers. That's what they are. That's what they are engineering. Okay, that's what they're paying homage to. That's what they're engineering. Because 90% of the people who are incarcerated in prisons, okay, they don't have a father. They didn't have a father in their household. And that was set up by design, people. That's what I'm trying to tell you, okay, by showing you these images in this video. This was all set up by design, okay? And this guy right here is case in point of how women in America, okay, really feel and believe that they are equal to or above a man in this society, that they really do not need a man, okay? That a man is only supposed to be used to boost their ego. You see what I'm saying? A lot of women use men just to play with their emotions and just so that the man can boost the woman's ego. You see? And this incident right here is case in point. You see what I'm saying? Case in point right here. Okay, this right here is definitely a woman who is on some kind of medication. Definitely a beef and a pork eater. Definitely, I know she definitely listens to Beyonce, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, and Rihanna. More than likely, and you know, more than likely she's been through several men in the past. But listen to this guy's story.
My ex-girlfriend, and she just beat me up because I don't want to be with her anymore. I just called the police on this bitch, and she outside right now. She just fucking cut me, punched me in my nose. But you know what? I'm still a man. I ain't no punk ass man because I ain't hit her back. She bust my fucking lip. She bust my nose, and she cut me and shit with this blade and shit. And she out here. I'm calling the police on you. Get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from this car, bitch. You crazy, bitch. What you did in my face? Fuck you. I'm calling the police. The police is on its way. The police. Get off the fucking car. Don't break my fucking window.
ladies and gentlemen, that's what the relationship between men and women in America, that's what it has come to. Okay? That's what it has come to, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? That's what it has come to in a nutshell. Okay? And it's really sad. It's really sad it has to be like that. Because it wasn't like that. And anybody trying to say, you know what I'm saying, my information is bullshit, you're out of your mind, because I'm gonna prove that this was all engineered. Can you recall women in the 50s, okay, in the 60s, behaving in the same manner that they do in society today? Okay, women in the 50s and the 60s, okay, did not act like that at all, okay? Now, just think about how easy it was for our grandparents to stay married. I want everybody who's watching this video right now, think about how easy it was for your grandparents and maybe your great-grandparents to stay married. Why was it so easy for them to stay married? You know why? Because of the music that was out. Okay? They didn't have demonic entities trying to brainwash them through the fucking TV. Okay? They didn't have a bullshit media that was lying to them, saying that they didn't need a fucking man. Let's see. They weren't putting most of the fucking GMOs and the fucking chemical poisons in the food that they're putting in there now. Okay? Oh, and by the way, what kind of music were our grandparents and our great-grandparents listening to? It wasn't no Cardi B, Rihanna, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj bullshit. No, it was not. It was harmonious music about coming together with one another and loving each other in harmony, in frequency. You see? That's why the Zionist Jews had to take that music over, okay, and change that frequency to that rock and roll bullshit. You see? The music in the 50s and the 60s, okay, among black women and black men was all about love and harmony. Love and harmony. Yeah, they had their problems. Of course they had their problems as couples. But they weren't lazy. They weren't lazy. They were determined. They were dedicated. Okay? And their love for one another outweighed their problems. And they worked through their fucking problems to achieve a similar goal. Okay? It's called a relationship, which means that you guys need to be connecting together because you guys connect on a mental, spiritual level. You guys connect on a mental, spiritual level. Okay? So now you relate. Now you guys can relate because your personalities relate. You see? Relationship. And it's the ship. It's the relation. Okay? It's the ship that's going to take you, okay, to a higher frequency, a relationship. That's what it's supposed to be. But because you want to listen to fucking Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, and Rihanna, your fucking relationships are going down. They're spiraling down. Okay? This is a spiritual science, and these fucking Zionist Jew warlocks and these fucking industry agents, okay, they have mind fucked the masses of women in our society. Okay? And this in a nutshell, this picture in a nutshell basically explains what's going on in society today. And I hate to say it, I hate to put it like this, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I do apologize to the people who get offended, but like I said, it's the truth. It is the cold, hard truth. Okay? Look at this meme. Look at this meme. Look at this meme right here. Okay? Don't worry about him, baby. He's just a nerd. Why do they always pick thugs? Years later, hey baby, remember me? And he said, beat it, chick. And then, you see what I'm saying? She basically gets an attitude and goes to her other friends and says, you know, why can't I find a good man? See what I'm saying? Because you let the good man go. You see what I'm saying? When you were younger, to get with somebody who was portraying himself as a gangster, as a macho man or a gangster, you see what I'm saying, who had nothing going, got impregnated by him, you see, and left the quote unquote good man behind. You see? And you know, I hate to say it, but this is going on a massive scale, in the black and brown communities, a massive scale. Okay, so no one can say this shit is far-fetched or I'm reaching or nothing like that at all. Okay, and what's crazy is a lot of these women out here that I've started, you know, what I've started to notice, especially growing up in Las Vegas, and you know, I intermingled with a lot of people on the West Coast growing up. You know, out here in Vegas, we have a lot of people who come from California in the western part of the U.S. And one thing I've noticed by, you know, examining the women in my generation, a lot of them carry the personality and the demeanor of like their superficial standards were so high. Their superficial standards were so fucking high to where if you weren't a motherfucker with Chris Brown handsomeness, 6'3", jumping out of a Lamborghini, draped in Gucci Man jewelry, okay, and proposing to them with a wedding ring, you didn't get the time of day. And I know it's a lot of other men who can attest to what I'm saying and agree with what I'm saying, because there were a lot of women who carried that mentality. Okay, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just keeping it real. That's all I can do. Okay? And there's a lot of women out there who still carry this mentality. And the sad thing is, a lot of these women who carry this mentality, they could be fucking 7s and 8s on the attractive scale. They could be 6s, 7s, and 8s on the attractive scale, basically acting as if they're 9s or 10s on the attractive scale. You see what I'm saying? When you carry the mentality of this guy has to look like this guy has to drive this guy has to wear this guy has to act like this guy has to have this in his bank account. I mean, it's a joke. It's a complete joke. Okay? That's called basing your relationships off of superficial standards. And guess what? The more you women base your relationships off of superficial standards, the more you are setting yourself up to fail. I promise you. I promise you. Okay? That whole doctrine of, oh yeah, I got me a bad bitch. I got me a bad bitch. Oh, I got me a fly ass nigga. I got me a fly ass nigga. That is so high school. That is so high school, childish ass demeanor. That is such a childish ass mentality for grown women and grown men to have. It is such a childish ass mentality. And I'm wording it like this, and I'm this passionate because I want people to wake the fuck up to the fact that we have been duped. We have been duped, people. We've been duped. This is not how we're supposed to be carrying our fucking lives out. It's not. We're supposed to be meeting each other as man and woman on a spiritual and a mental level before it gets to a sexual level. Period. Okay? The reason that most of our parents and most of our friends and most of our relationships have failed is because we got into the relationship for superficial reasons. Okay? Superficial reasons, straight up. Okay? Now, this is going to be funny. I'm not asking women out there to go seek and to go date a man that looks like motherfucking Jeepers Creepers. We're not asking that, okay? Men are not asking that. We're not asking that. We're just asking, okay, for you to have the ability to know how to weigh your options, okay? To know how to weigh your options and to stop being so goddamn unrealistic. Stop setting fucking unrealistic standards. Unrealistic fucking superficial standards. This is another thing I want the women out there to know and to understand fully, okay? Now, I've said in previous videos that the black woman is the genetic god, okay? The American black woman is the genetic god of humanity. She is the genetic god, okay? But this is going to blow a lot of people away. Even though she is the genetic god, she is not the mental or the spiritual god. She is not mentally or spiritually above the man on this planet. Okay? She is not mentally or spiritually superior to the man on the planet. She is genetically, though. That's why men are outnumbered on the earth. Okay? Because the Y chromosome is shrinking. But like I said, the woman is genetically superior, but she is mentally and spiritually, okay, inferior. And I'm about to prove this. Okay? There is a deity known as Hathor in ancient Kemet. Now, ancient Kemet, okay, is where Christianity got their thesis and their basis from, and all the other religions got their thesis and basis from, okay? So we know that the Egyptian goddess Hathor is tied to the planet Venus and is tied to the biblical Lucifer. The biblical Lucifer is actually a female deity in Kemet known as Hathor, which is tied to the planet Venus, okay? We all hear the saying or the motto, women are from Venus, men are from Mars. So women are tied to Venus because they're tied to Hathor energy, okay? And what do we know about Hathor, Lucifer, and Venus? They fell from grace. They fell from grace when Earth was in 7th density. Okay? There were nothing but female rulers, and the female did something against the supreme creator and was cursed. And the Earth fell from 7th density to 5th density. Okay? Then it fell from 5th density to 3rd density. And when it fell both of those times, that is when men were created to take rulership over the earth, okay? To take the throne from the woman. This was all orchestrated because the woman fell from grace, okay? Hathor is Lucifer / Venus and is a female deity, and she is responsible for human consciousness falling from 7th density to 5th density to 3rd density, okay? When the earth fell from 7th density to 5th density, that is when the pyramids were built. The pyramids were like artificial penises, okay, that were used to take human souls from inner earth and to shoot those human souls back into stargates out into the atmosphere so the human souls could get into 7th density, okay? So the pyramids took the role of cosmic penises after the earth fell from 7th density to 5th density. Yeah, to 5th density. That's when the pyramids were built. Then after the earth fell from 5th density to 3rd density, that's when the obelisks were built. That's when the obelisks were built, okay? To harness more electric energy from the earth, okay? To symbolize male domination over the goddamn earth, okay? After earth fell from 5th density to 3rd density, okay? And this is all tied. You see, these obelisks symbolize the penis. These obelisks symbolize the male penis, masculine power. Okay, when the female deity Hathor, when she fell, okay, that's when the consciousness shifted. Okay, and the males were the enlightened ones over the earth. Okay, over the women. Okay, and it is all tied. It is all tied to the fall of Hathor, aka Venus, aka Lucifer. Okay, it all goes back to the quote unquote black woman. Yes, the black woman is a genetic god. She is also, okay, the spiritual manifestation of Hathor, who is Venus, who is Lucifer. Keep that in mind, okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, we are not going to raise our conscious state as a people. We are not going to get back to fifth dimensional consciousness. We are not going to get back to seventh dimensional consciousness unless the black woman completely detaches herself from the matrix, period. Until she detaches herself from the matrix, from the bullshit matrix society, from Babylon, from Rome, from the United States, okay, from that bullshit wicked mentality that she's been brainwashed with, if she cannot detach herself from that, we will forever be stuck, okay, in this third dimensional paradigm of existence, of consciousness. It's all going to rely on the conscious state of the melanated woman. And like I said, right now, it's not looking good. It's not looking good because most women, okay, their fucking conscious state has fell to their ass, has fell down to their ass. Okay, their confidence is connected to their ass and not to their brain power or their spirit power. Okay, it's tied to their ass. So whenever their consciousness gets pulled out of their ass and back up to their head and their spirit, you see what I'm saying? Then we can come together as a real nation away from the New World Order and start building, okay? And get our conscious state back to a fifth dimensional consciousness, okay? That's going to solely rely on the conscious state of the melanated woman, okay? Who is personified as Hathor, okay? And like I said, the pyramids were built after Earth fell from 7th density to 5th density, okay? Because when we were in 7th density, we didn't need the pyramids. You know why? Because we could already manifest everything that we thought about. There was no death. There was no death in the 7th density, damn it. There was no death. That ties back into your Bible. That ties back into your Bible where it says when Eve bit into the apple, okay, sin was brought into the universe. Because Eve bit into the apple, that brought death into the universe. You see? And who tempted Eve to bite the fucking apple? Okay? They say it was Satan, but it was really a deity, okay, that they call Lilith, which was really Hathor, okay? Okay? Satan's wife, Hathor, okay? I'm going to be breaking that down step by step in a lecture very, very soon. So just stay tuned very carefully. So like I was saying, this is very deep. It was Hathor who brought death into this paradigm we live in. When her consciousness fell, so did the rest of humanity's, okay? The pyramids were built to shoot souls up from 5th density into 7th density and to shoot souls up from 3rd density into 5th density. That's what they were created for. They were cosmic penises, okay? We did not need them in 7th density because 7th density was a quote-unquote heaven where their death did not exist. Pain during childbirth did not exist, okay? All that exists now because of Hathor falling from grace. Lucifer / Venus falling from grace, okay? And Lucifer / Venus. Hathor is a melanated woman. Okay? It's not a game. It is not a joke. Okay? This all ties in to the women's lunar cycles, their menstrual cycles as well. Okay? Their menstrual cycles are linked up with the moon cycles. Okay? That is part of their curse. That is part of their curse. Okay? They used to be the teachers, the leaders, the philosophers. You see what I'm saying? They used to be the end all be all of society until they went against the creator of the universe, and the creator of the universe cursed them. Okay? This is documented. This is documented in history. Okay? The black woman is a genetic god, but mentally and spiritually, she is cursed. And until she pulls her consciousness out of the fucking matrix, okay, and takes up this lifestyle of truth and enlightenment, okay, we're going to stay in the same fucking paradigm that we've been in. Okay, it's not a game and it's not a joke. Okay? Frances Cress Welsing and Sherazade Ali, there are two very big exceptions. There are two exceptions. Okay? These two women set foundations for their work, had their own large platform, and changed the lives of tens of thousands of people with the information that they brought forth, okay, to the conscious community. Okay? So I'm in no way, shape, or form taking anything away from Frances Cress Welsing, her accomplishments, or Sherazade Ali's accomplishments. No way, shape, or form. Okay? But what I will say is, when we look at the number of the male master teachers and compare that to the amount of female truthers and the amount of female master teachers, there is a big number difference. There's a big number difference, okay? Because there's at least 30 to 50 male conscious teachers and leaders, okay? Master teachers who are waking people up all across the world. So what we need is, we need the women. We need the women, okay? We need the women to start waking up and getting their platforms together and start taking this information seriously, okay? Where are the next Frances Cress Welsings? Where are the next Sherazade Ali's? Where are they? Okay? I'm talking about the generation from 22, 23 to 35. Where the fuck are they? Because we need them. Okay? We need the female conscious leaders out there. Okay? We got, you see what I'm saying? We got the melanated people pushing the Asiatic more knowledge, the Asiatic more information, the Kemetic knowledge. We got the men putting out the Nuwabian knowledge. We got the men putting out the Hebrew Israelite doctrine. Where are the females pushing out the same doctrines? We need the female leaders in the community, people. We need them, okay? Because like I said, the consciousness shift is not fully going to shift over until the conscious state of the quote unquote black woman, until her consciousness rises, okay? It's going to stay the same, okay? We can't have this bickering between black women and black men, and black women and black men going back and forth and back and forth. We can't have that. We're not going to get anywhere. We're not going to get anywhere, okay? We need our women to be on the same spiritual and mental platform that we are, okay? At all times. That is going to be the only way we can properly build a successful community away from the Zionist Jew empire of the New World Order, okay? So with that being said, that about wraps up this information and this lecture that I have for you guys. I appreciate everyone who supports RFG and Atlantean movement. Please share this video, like and subscribe. It's the Chosen One, man. I'm out.